What's going on, guys? Welcome to Seriously Fast Media. Of course, I'm your host, Tom Ludemoser, and today we're going to talk about arguably the biggest news in decades in NASCAR. These last 2-3 years have been doozies, so this is a big one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. From the early days of NASCAR, it was important to my father that we played a visible role in international motorsports. And there is no bigger stage than the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Jim France, chairman and CEO of NASCAR, as they sat at Sebring with IMSA, Goodyear, Hendrick Motorsports, and Chevrolet to announce the biggest piece of news in NASCAR. I don't want to say 20 years? It's insane, guys. So, as you can see, kind of threw a little Hendrick support out here. 1976, Herschel McGrath ran a Dodge Charger at Le Mans. And most of the drivers and the competitors didn't really take him seriously. It was a big, heavy, fat, and it's not a Dodge Charger that you might think of today, a high performance, anything like that. It's not the Dodge Charger of the early 70s and where they were that big, bad muscle car. It was kind of the downfall of the Charger. About that time was the downfall of the Charger. They ran it at Le Mans, and they weren't really taken seriously. They ran in the International Touring Series. It was different. There was another driver ran a Ford Torino. Just a different time. We haven't seen that, obviously, since 1976. NASCAR has not really run anything outside of the Goodwood Festival of Speed over in England internationally. They ran in the late 90s in Japan, which was really cool. It's unique. So I'd say this is probably the biggest announcement for NASCAR since the late 90s. NASCAR announced that they are going to team up and field Garage car number 56. If you guys don't understand, you guys don't know, Garage 56 for the 24 Hours of Le Mans is a single garage stall. It's out there. It is scored. It is going to be officially scored. It is officially going to be recorded, but it's not eligible to compete for overall wins or podium finishes at Le Mans. What it is, it's a test bed or a proving ground, so to speak, of new technology or, something really impressive, or even somebody just trying to come out to see if test their vehicle, see if it can withstand that kind of abuse. 56 is a showcase of innovation, is what they call it. Such as the Nissan Delta Wing and the Delta Wing Hybrid. If you guys don't know those, go check those out. Those are some pretty impressive little rides. The Delta Wing, I believe, failed after a while. It was obviously 24 hours is a heavy toll, especially at Le Mans on some of these cars, especially the first time out. But the car was really impressive. The Hybrid was the fastest car to ever lap Le Mans on just straight electricity. So it was very, very impressive vehicle. So a lot of really impressive stuff has come out of Garage 56. So Jeff Gordon, a few months ago, a little before, stated that Hendrick Motorsports may want to field cars in other motorsports. They wanted to push out and expand. I was kind of thinking maybe dirt, maybe something like that. I know Jeff Gordon's got a pedigree for open wheel cars, and he really loves open wheel cars. I know he's a really big fan of IMSA and sports car racing. I thought maybe because NASCAR technically owns IMSA, could Hendrick be running an IMSA car for a race or two, maybe a prototype, something like that. But as it turns out, kinda. Yesterday they announced that NASCAR and IMSA would have a huge, Tuesday, today's Friday, Wednesday, they announced that they would have a big announcement between the two. I kind of had a feeling that NASCAR would run an IMSA race. They would potentially run one of these new cars at an IMSA race. I had no idea that it was going to be the 24 Hours of Le Mans. and I had no idea it was going to be a Garage 56. Garage 56 is sold for one car. That way they don't take away spots from cars trying to compete for the overall wins. For those of you guys who really haven't noticed yet, haven't really looked, they're still awaiting all their approvals. So it is an unofficial announcement that they will be running. But one of the really cool things is that the VP of Competition Director for Hendrick Motorsports, everybody knows him, Chad Knaus, 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion crew chief for Jimmy Johnson. He will be the technical director. He will be the project manager. Not all of the technical aspects have been announced, but Hendrick Motorsports will have Chad Knaus there. He will be assisted with obviously a pretty big team. It's a pretty big undertaking. This car is it's going to be a modified 2023 NASCAR Cup Series chassis. A lot of people are saying it's potentially going to be one of the prototype cars that they used in testing last year, that I'm sure we all got pretty familiar with. So they're going to be throwing the Chevrolet body on top of it. As you know, all of these cars, the chassis are exactly the same. This one will be modified very heavily, so it'll probably have a bigger splitter. It will probably have a bigger spoiler, like an actual wing on the back, I could foresee, unless they're really, really trying to test this car out as it sits. Then it could have all the same tidbits that you see on a Cup Series car now. No big wing, no big splitter, but yes, Bob Pockrass, it will have lights. All of these cars, obviously, running a 24-hour race, you're going to need lights. So it's going to be definitely modified, but it will be a Chevrolet Camaro Z01, and it will be a very impressive undertaking nonetheless. People who don't watch that kind of sports car racing, these endurance races take a huge toll on cars. Obviously, NASCAR is very proud of this next-gen car. They worked for years. They got an extra year, unfortunately, thanks to COVID, but thanks to COVID, to work on this car. And so far, it's been a success on oval tracks. Can't wait to see it on road courses. It's not faster on ovals than the last-gen car, but I've got a weird feeling it's going to start busting out lap times comparable to, if not better than, the outgoing car, even though it's not quite as fast on ovals. So it's going to be an impressive thing. Now, here's my opinion on this, because I said they haven't released technical aspects. This garage spot, the Garage 56, has been withheld for technical innovations over the years. So I have to go out and flat out say, I think, don't hold me to it, obviously, I don't work there, this could be the test bed for the 2024 hybrid powertrain to show off the capabilities, as well as, let's be honest, the most unbearable test that this car could potentially go through. And I think it would be a fantastic showcase of that. It could even potentially be, which I really, really doubt, so I don't even know why I'm really mentioning it, but it could potentially be a test for an electric powertrain. This hybrid, I know the hybrid system that they're talking about putting in a Cup Series, it's not going to be able to shut off the car and just run the cars at speed off just straight electricity. That's not how that works. It's going to be a mild hybrid system, but it could potentially be a test bed for the proposed potential electric car series for NASCAR. It could be a lot of different things. I think it's a really, really cool way for them to do it. I also think it's a really, really cool way for NASCAR to test this car, just no matter if it's the V8, just the straight V8 that they're using today. Last opinion on this before we go, I honestly think this could be the first of many. The NASCAR is super excited about the road course capabilities of these cars. A lot of the drivers are really impressed with the road course capabilities of these cars. So we could potentially see a NASCAR touring series in IMSA. Let me know what you guys think so far. Obviously, not all the details are out, but we'll keep you informed as time comes. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a wonderful rest.